am. So my book is The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer. And I've read this book a couple times now. And yeah, when I read it, it does talk a lot about the concept of the ego, but it talks a lot about the concept of surrendering the voice in the mind, hearing the voice in the mind, not identifying with the voice in the mind. And I feel that, and by the way, my books are in no particular order. I just randomly put them in order, and that felt right. So when I read this book, I remember, number one, it was sort of, there's business in it too, which I really love about it because I love business as well. And it's talking a lot about his professional success as well as his personal success. But when I read this book, I felt that it really encouraged me to look for opportunities to surrender in my own life, look for opportunities to really go with the flow and trust the process a little bit more instead of hold on so tight, which I tend to do. And there was so much in it. So I'll just share a little excerpt from it because in the books that I found, I was able to find just a small little excerpt in each one. So this is from page 74. And it's the chapter called Acceptance, Acceptance, and More Acceptance. And it says, it was during the building of Sandy's cabin that I first started the ritual of offering my work up to the invisible force that was guiding me. I was not in charge, yet life continued to unfold as if it knew just what it was doing. I would serve that force. Call it what you want, God, Christ, Spirit. These were no longer just names of something to believe in. The events that were pulling me through life were tangible and real to me. Inwardly, I began to offer everything I did up to the universal force. All I wanted was to return home to that beautiful place deep inside of me. If following the invisible hand of life would take me there, so be it. And I love that. And I feel like it's really apropos because recently I interviewed someone on the show and we were talking a lot about how when we don't hand over situations to the universe, spirit, God, insert whatever you want, that it's because on some level we don't trust. And even as I say that makes me feel emotional, actually, because I think that's a big part of it is almost that our human side, our ego side wants to come in and wants to say, you know what, I think I know better. Or if I don't control and hold everything really tight, then my world's going to fall apart or things aren't going to work the way that I want them to. And this book was so much about flowing with life and seeing that things happen when they're divinely ordered, but also for a reason, and how sometimes something that seems like it's so shitty can really lead to something that is so magical and beyond your wildest dreams. And I'm just getting covered in goosebumps. And I think that that's what this book does for me. So have you read this book?
I haven't read this book.
Oh,
no.
Girl, add it to the list.
It's on my like Kindle to buy list.